All right, guys, gals, friends, family, Steve Patton with General Patton Bushcraft back with you with another super exciting video. And today's video is Alone Frozen. This is season 1, episode 7. Now, last night they released episode 7 and episode 8. 7 titled The Last Hope, and episode 8 titled The Bitter End. Right now, I'm just going to go over The Last Hope. I got to record this, get this uploaded, and I'm going back up north to hunt for some elk, friends. All right, let's get right into it. 24 days left. 3 people remain. The last show, we left off with Callie. She left us with that ultimatum. Callie, 34 years old from Montana, and she slept out under the stars that last night, and she's leaving it up to fate. She's gonna wake up in the morning, which she did. She went out, checked the trap lines, nothing. Checks the grouse trap, nothing. The last one, the last hope for Callie, she checks the fish trap. There's a little bit of frozen ice on top of the water. She pulls the fish trap out, nothing. And Callie already made up her mind, friends, last night when she saw that shooting star. She does not want to push her body like she did on the last show she was on. Stayed out there for 89 days, friends. So Callie taps out, and she's leaving with a heart full of gratitude. All right, 23 days left now. 2 people remain. $250,000 each if they both make it to 50 days. If no one makes it to 50 days, no one wins any money, friends. All right. We get to see Woniya. She's 45 years old from California, friends, and her water source, her creek, is frozen. She's down there trying to gather some water. She finds some blueberries, good on her, and she decides to start harvesting some dry tinder. She sees dry grasses around, friends. And oh man, she's cutting them with her utility knife, and she slices her pinky finger, friends. Got to be careful out there, but participants are equipped with a medical kit with gauze and tape and stuff. She cleans her finger up, gets it wrapped up. So good on Woniya. All right, friends, it's about 25 degrees out there, and we go back to Michelle. Michelle, 47 years old from Maine. She had a rough night last night, very hungry, but Michelle has a bunch of clams and mussels, friends. She has exactly 130 mussels and 50 clams, friends. That's about 1,520 calories, not a whole lot, and she's lost 16 pounds so far, friends. So her 2 main strategies every day is eating the mussels and clams, checking the snare lines, the snare wires, and trying to hunt. And oh man, she traps a hare, friends, and she receives an intense surge of gratitude for that white hare. Good on Michelle. All right, the show gets kind of interesting now, goes back to Woniya. And Woniya finds some fox sign close to camp, friends. The fox came to her, which is good for Woniya. Now remember, she made that cubby, that snare cubby, trying to get some rabbits. Once she finds that fox sign, she revamps that cubby, rebaits it, friends, puts 2 more snares on there, one on the entrance to the cubby. She has another snare on the interior right by the bait, and then she put a snare wire on the outside. And wow, the next morning, friends, she traps that fox. Beautiful fox, friends. She gets the fox not on the entry, not on the interior, but this fox was circling the outside, and I'll be doggone if she doesn't trap that fox. So good on her. Another intense surge of gratitude for Woniya. Now, we see her cleaning this fox, friends. She's going to harvest the scent glands out of this fox to try to attract more fox to the area. She harvests the testicles off of this male fox, which are full of protein, full of cholesterol, and full of zinc. Now, these fox, if you don't cook the meat real good, friends, we're worried about salmonella, ringworm, tapeworm. All that stuff can be transferred to the human if you don't cook the meat real good, friends. So we learned that fox meat is about 20% protein, 6% fat, and it's full of vitamin B12 and iron, friends. So good on Woniya. That's a beautiful, beautiful fox, friends. The other thing that they're trying to avoid with eating these animals is that trichinosis. You got to cook it really good. All right, 20 days left, friends, and we see Woniya scraping the hide. Remember, she found that nice piece of metal on day 5. She makes a nice tanning board, and she scrapes that hide and renders more fat. The heat from the scraping action liquefies that fat, and she's able to harvest all that. Not only that, she tans the hide so the hide will not rot. And I'm telling you, it's a beautiful, beautiful fox. She's going to be able to make something really nice, a scarf or something out of that fox, friends. So good on Woniya. All right, we're back over to Michelle now. 29 degrees, she's out hunting. There's snow on the ground, friends, now, so it's easier to track. But there's nothing in her area. The only thing moving are squirrels. So good on Michelle. She shoots a squirrel, and we see her clean and eat this thing. This must have been an older squirrel, not a young squirrel, because the meat's a little bit tougher. So good on Michelle. 18 days left. She gets that squirrel, and now we bounce back and forth between Woniya and Michelle to end the show, friends. This is a short one. It was only about 40 minutes, okay? We see Woniya go down to the lake to gather water. The lake is frozen over a little bit. The entry down to the lake is a little bit sketchy. We see her gather some rocks and make some steps down so as not to fall in that frozen water, friends. That's the last thing that she wants to do. That'd be like Greg Ovens on his season. When you fall in, you get that hypothermia, and it's hard to bounce back from that, friends. And we watched the show end, bouncing back and forth. 2 people remain. 18 days left, and they end the show with a nasty, windy, wet, snowy, rainy storm. We see horizontal snow blowing, friends, and they're out in it hunting, checking the snare line. About 30 minutes, and they're soaking wet. The 2 of them, they got to get back in the shelter, dry off, and we see them in the shelter next to the fire, and the steam's just coming off of them because they're soaking wet, friends. That's where the show ends, right there. 2 people remain, 18 days left. Friends, there's 1 show left, and I'm going to give you the recap here in a couple days, so stay tuned for that. But leave me a comment. Who do you think's going to win this? Do you think both of them are going to split the pot, 250 grand each? Or what do you think's going to happen, friends? All right. Before you leave the show, please consider subscribing. Please consider hitting that notification bell, and in that drop-down menu, selecting all, friends. Leave me a comment. Please share the video. And as always, friends, God is good. God is great. I'll see y'all on the next video, because we already got a date.